Mohammad Nazzal joins us now. Sir, you're a member of Hamas's political bureau. What can you tell us about the offer that Hamas has received?
Actually, today, Hamas have received a proposal paper issued by Paris Conference. We told the mediators that Hamas will study the proposal in our political bureau, which consists from leadership inside and outside Palestinian territories. And we will discuss this paper after our discussions with Egyptians and Qataris in Cairo, because we will travel as soon as possible after we end our discussions inside political bureau of Hamas.
Okay, are you at this stage able to outline for us the broad framework of this proposal?
Actually, it talks about a ceasefire, but we told mediators that permanent ceasefire is our goal. We can't accept a ceasefire pause for humanitarian reasons. We want a permanent ceasefire. Secondly, we want Israeli withdrawal from Gaza Strip. Without Israeli withdrawal, we can't also accept this new deal or new proposal. Thirdly, we want to allow the humanitarian aid to enter Gaza Strip, because our people, they are suffering from starving, they are suffering from the shortage of petrols, of water, of electricity. So these mean things. What we want from the mediators to do it. Otherwise, we can't accept this proposal.
Now, the Qatari Prime Minister, who has been in Washington, has talked about the possibility of a phased truce, and that this is what would be put to Qatar. So presumably this might be what you've received. A phased truce, meaning that this would go in stages, and it would start with Hamas releasing women and children in exchange for increased humanitarian aid. Is that something that Hamas might be willing to consider?
You know, we don't reject any kind of stages, but we want from both sides to release all captives in Israeli prisoners and the captives who are with the resistance movement in Gaza Strip. So we are looking to release all captives from both sides. But of course, it needs a negotiation to reach to this point.
So this is a further demand then, because you told me 3 points, 3 demands. This is a further one. But my question is more around, would Hamas be willing to accept something in phases? If everything that Hamas is asking for is not proposed and is not available and is not on the table at this stage, would Hamas be willing to accept something in stages so that perhaps those goals can be achieved at a later stage?
We are ready to stop the fighting. We are ready to release the prisoners. I mean, the Israeli prisoners who are with resistance movement, but we need, of course, negotiations to implement this point. The negotiation to implement this point, this is very important point for both sides. So this is what we are looking for it. And this is what Israelis want from us. They want their captives, and we are ready to release all of them.
I just want to make sure that I understand that clearly. Are you or are you not saying that Hamas could agree under certain conditions for a pause in the fighting rather than a permanent end to the fighting, given the right circumstances and the right offer on the table?
You know, we are looking for a permanent ceasefire, but we can do it in the second stage, in the third stage. The very important point for us to reach to this permanent ceasefire. Otherwise, it means the battle and the war between us and the Israeli troops will continue. We want ceasefire, permanent ceasefire, and it is useful for both sides, for Israelis and for the people of Palestine.
Okay, but that could be achieved in stages, which I think is an important part of this conversation. And just before I let you go, sir, the Qatari Prime Minister has described the negotiations as having made, quote, good progress. Would you agree with that assessment?
Yes, we are ready to achieve this by stages.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Mohammad Nazzal, a member of Hamas's political bureau. It's good to have you on the program. Thank you.
Thank you.